Aloha, and thank you for joining me for episode number 2 of Coach Nico's cooking class. I'm here in the beautiful kitchen of my dear friends Rob and Ashley. In the description below, Rob and Ashley's website called lilykoiandlemongrass.com. It features amazing whole plant-based recipes I know you're going to love. Today we're going to be making a beautiful breakfast Israeli style. Israel is a very misunderstood place, a melting pot of cultures from all around the world with some of the best food I've ever tasted in my life. On the menu today includes a couple different type of mazet salad as well as an egg-less dish that I know you're going to love. The 2 salads we're going to be making today are a garbanzo bean onion salad as well as a diced cucumber and tomato salad. We've also pre-prepared some cheeses that are homemade with 4 different toppings that we're gonna have with some awesome homemade crackers as well. So let's get started. When you go to breakfast in Israel, they serve you a multitude of different types of salads, usually in small little mazet bowls. So one of the salads we're gonna be making this morning is gonna be a garbanzo bean and onion salad. Simple as it can be, garbanzo beans, which are a really great source of fiber and have protein, a wonderful food. You just want to make sure that when you're buying garbanzo beans that the sodium is equal to or less than the total amount of calories. To make this salad, I'm going to first dice the onion up into really small, fine pieces. The next thing we're going to do is just add our garbanzo beans. Can't be more simple than that. I'm going to add just a little bit of olive oil, 1 teaspoon or less. Sprinkle in a little bit of salt and put some ground pepper and top it off with a lemon. Last but not least, stir it up. For our second salad, it's going to be a very simple cucumber tomato salad with just a little bit of kale for that extra health kick. Kale has lots of fiber, lots of nutrients, and even some good protein. So let's start by cutting the cucumber. I'm going to cut the ends off of the cucumber, and actually I'm probably only going to use maybe a little bit more than half of this cucumber. For the kale, I like to dice it in really, really tiny, small pieces. And last but not least, let's dice up these tomatoes. And the last thing we're going to do to add on top of this salad is just a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper and a little bit of lemon. Now it's time for the main dish, scrambled tofu. Yes, tofu, not eggs, because we don't want all that cholesterol and fat tied up into our arteries and damaging our endothelial cells. So the first thing we're going to do is start with the onion. And again, I'm going to cut the onion into nice small dices, just like we did in the previous salad. We're going to stir the onions and get them nice and sauteed till they're a little nice golden brown color. And as the onions are cooking, I'm going to go ahead and dice the carrot. It's tough for me to even think about eating a regular scrambled eggs with cheese and bacon, even though a lot of you might say that sounds appealing right now, but in all honesty, that's just a ton of fat, a ton of cholesterol, all in one little dish. This dish, the scrambled tofu, is going to boost your immune system rather than hinder it. Since I have a little bit of time until the onions are a little bit more golden brown, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the cabbage as well. Who would have ever thought cabbage and scrambled eggs? Trust me, it's delicious. The onions are getting nice and golden, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the carrots first because they'll take a little bit longer time to cook than the cabbage. Now let's dice up the green pepper. And lastly, we're going to toss in the cabbage, and that will complete kind of the base before we put in the tofu. In all honesty, from here you can do a lot of different things. You could turn this into a pasta dish. You could turn this into a teriyaki Asian dish. You could do a variety of different things with these sauteed vegetables. And now for the tofu. What you're going to do is just break it into a few pieces and crumble it with your hands right into the pan. So remember, when you're cooking, don't get hung up on how much of this vegetable and how much of this seasoning, unless you're being a really specific type of baking dish or something like that. And something like this, don't worry too much. Just try it, be brave, be confident, and know that you can make it just as delicious as we are here today. So to give it the color of the eggs, we're gonna add a few different seasonings to help give us that color as well as some amazing taste. So first I'm gonna start with just a little bit of garlic powder and a little bit of black pepper. The next spice I'm gonna add is some paprika, which is gonna give it amazing taste. And some turmeric. The turmeric is gonna give it the nice yellow color. And turmeric, that may be the only one you want to be a little cautious of not to add too much, because turmeric can overwhelm the flavor of your dish. And last, one of my favorite toppings on most of my dishes is nutritional yeast, which is going to give it a cheesy flavor. So not only are we going to have kind of this scrambled egg, but we're also going to have a nice cheesy flavor as well. This scrambled tofu dish can be modified in so many different ways. You can add zucchini, you can add mushrooms, you can add some vegan plant-based cheese if you really have to have that cheesy flavor. So experiment, try it at home, and let me know in the comments section what you did and what worked for you. Finishing up the dish, we're gonna dice some green onion and some parsley as a garnish to add on top when we're finished. There you have it. The scrambled tofu is finished. We're ready to set the table and have a delicious breakfast. Thank you so much for joining me this morning for our Israeli breakfast. If you would like to see how we made the cheeses, check out in the description below on links on how we did those. And for more health tips, cooking classes, stretching classes, and workout classes, please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell below to know when new videos come out. I appreciate all your support, and I'll see you in the kitchen next time. Aloha.